2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. Guys, the Charlotte Hornets, an organization on the rise, one of the league's smallest markets, but they've been aggressive in extending the contracts of their core players, Jet.
Yeah, they're creating continuity. That's very valuable, and creating a style of play. Developing their young talent is also on their agenda. Michael Jordan
There's
and
more
the Charlotte
revenue.
organization. Excuse me, Shaq.
Yeah, hey, don't interrupt.
I apologize.
Come on, let
Especially
him
when
make
you
it.
talk
It
about
was
the
a
great Michael
valid point.
Jordan.
It
I
was a
apologize.
valid point,
No
Shaq.
There's
It was
more
a valid
revenue
point.
sharing. There's more. There's more.
It was a-
There's more revenue sharing in the league right now. Charlotte has been able to amass some good talent without breaking the bank. I apologize, Kenny.
Okay. Apology accepted.
Here's Kevin Hart.
The crowd is assembled at BMO Harris Bradley Center looking for a Bucks victory here in Milwaukee. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. The Milwaukee Bucks coming to this one after the win against Portland. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Well, they really work well together. Trust each other. That's how you get stops.
And before we get underway here, let's send it over to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Steve Clifford.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. Tonight, the match at the center position is certain to draw attention. That's something we say every night because the bigs don't seem to be stressed, but that is a factor.
Thank you. Big guys are back in the game. We got this opinion that there's a conspiracy against the big guys. I mean, hey, big guys played in this basketball. You guys remember a guy by the name of Mikan? He was pretty big. So, yeah, tonight we had a great center matchup. Can't wait to watch this.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All up and ready to go for this one. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kaminsky and Howard, the tall. Walker and Monk are the guard handler. And it's Batum in at the spot. Releases 15. The shot's good for Monk. Monk got the scoreboard going with his first points tonight for the Hornets. Brogdon kicks to Parker. The Bucks working the ball around. Monroe, the pass to Parker. Over Kaminsky. Not enough on that one as it misses. On the wing, but he had 15 points out in their last game against Atlanta. Pipped. Stolen by Monroe. The Bucks moving it up. Snell from outside. Shot clock reset for the Bucks. Another Middleton.
A very shaky start. 4 attempts, they're still trying to find a target.
Walker goes in. Here's Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb and snatches up offensive rebounds.
Bryant with it. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's the pick. Screened by Parker. Here's Snell. And he overshot that one, missing.
That was a half-hearted pick. and he was just going through the motions on that possession, and now it ends up costing him.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his first shot. The Bucks have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. With the screen, lets a floater go.
And Kaminsky offers a ton of length, especially on D, where he effectively alters shot.
Walker against Brogdon. Outside, Batum. The 19-foot shot misses the right iron.
They could have done better. That's an open look he liked to have back.
Parker dishes to Snell. And it's good in the assist by Parker. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And here is Monk. Outside, Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jabari Parker.
Oh, man. Look at the skill set Walker has. Superb at using his body inside to draw that contact. Well, the book on Kemba Walker used to be that you could stay behind the screens, not work that hard, duck behind them because he wasn't going to do anything special. Well, he's worked on that, and he's fixed it, and it's paid off. We've seen his field goal percentage fly up in recent years, and that also means his ankle breaker moves have come up because now you have to respect his jump shot, and his ball handles some of the best in the NBA.
That one is off. And part of the jump for Kemba has been his shot. But it also, Chris, seems that he plays within himself, I think, a lot more now. He used to force the offense, but now is much more patient.
Well, yeah, he's done a great job in addressing the weaknesses he's had in this game. He's a complete point guard. That's what a leader does for their team, and he is the leader of that locker room.
And he sinks the second.
And Kemba Walker, a national champion at UConn. You knew he'd be an impact player in the NBA.
Brogdon the pass to Monroe. Dishes it to Middleton. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky, and he converts the layup. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points.
Just amazing work from Walker. Really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
Here's the screen. Snell dishes to Parker. And it comes off the front of the rim. Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Atlanta Hawks.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks, and then they did a great job finishing.
Charlotte leading by 4. Outside, Walker. Now the feed to Howard. Good D by Parker.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Here's Walker. Following the basket by Chris Middleton. Howard with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Batum wide open. He fired. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Snell, defended by Batum. Parker outside, screened by Monroe. Parker passes to Snell, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Howard, they get it again. The kick out to Walker. Goes back up, and the rejection by Monroe. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Milwaukee's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Screen by Monroe. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. And it's sent back by Howard.
No trespassing. Howard controlling the defense.
Here's Batum. Makes it off the glass. Batum's got his first 2 points of the night. Bucks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Screen by Monroe. Parker with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. Monroe, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Yep, it counts. Batum's got his second basket of the game.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
Snell, no good.
Not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of a shooter.
Here's Walker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
That free throw missing. Akers checked in for Greg Monroe. And he's good on the second. And in these early stages, Chris, of the season, how quickly do you start to get a sense of where your team stands and how good they can be or how bad they might be?
I would say that first 20 games is a really good kind of litmus test. Gives you a pretty good gauge to see where your team is. You're going to get to play against teams from both conferences. You have some really good teams and bad teams in that mix. So you kind of see how you play in all situations. Those first 20 games, you establish who you are. He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Walker dishes to Kaminsky. Down low. Parker with the steal. And they're on the break. Here's Brogdon. Rebounded by Howard.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Walker against Brogdon. Here's Kaminsky. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Kaminsky's got his second basket of the night.
Fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
And stolen by Howard. To the left side wing. Monk kicks to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits. Trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
And Milwaukee has possession after the basket by Charlotte. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta. A team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team. Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Tony Snell. Rashad Vaughn comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Malcolm Brogdon. Now here's Parker. He had 13 points in the win against Portland. Connects from three-point range.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Carter Williams can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 8. The high post shot. Vaughn can't get it to go. For Charlotte, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Now, that's a good athlete. With nice fluidity and quickness, Lamb can draw fouls when he's pushing the action. Now, Jeremy Lamb, I love his game. A very lengthy 2-guard out of UConn. Still developing as a player, but he has some great flashes at times. Not terribly consistent shooter, but he's crafty, and he can get buckets. He knows how to make the most of his length on D as well.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. And with Lamb mentioning his length as a guard, last season he went off with an incredible 17 rebounds. Remember that game? Those are numbers, Chris, even centers dream of putting up.
Yeah, Kevin, I do remember that game you're talking about with Lamb. A lot of those rebounds came from his activity near the paint on both ends of the floor. When he forces himself to be involved in the action, he's at his best.
And the second free throw, good.
And you look at the Bucks and this roster, and the one constant at every position, length. I mean, great height and wingspan. Giannis and Maker, just to name a few.
Now here's Parker. Shot off the screen. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Here's Carter Williams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Hornets.
And they've really shied away from the mid-range. That's a new school style, and looking for shots beyond the arc and at the rim, those tend to be far more efficient.
Gentlemen, group shot. Group shot.
And he makes the first. And when so much of the NBA is trying to capitalize, Greg, on small ball, the Bucks said they're going to go for tall ball if they can make it work.
And what the length and height gives the Bucks is a few things. One, you get matchup advantages, at least at a few positions on the floor. Great coverage in the passing lanes. And remember now, the game, the half court is much bigger because of the impact of the three-point shot. You need size, skill, and activity to be able to guard that far from the basket.
Now, the former Rookie of the Year continues to improve. Carter Williams, he's a triple-double threat thanks to his size and his passing skill.
Now here's Teletovic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Has to make it. Here's Dellavedova. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Here's Zeller. An 11-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Williams. Over to Teletovic. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Dellavedova kicks to Parker. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Here's Carter Williams. The shot will not fall. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Zeller with the double team. To the middle, taken away by Williams. And here's the break. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lamb.
So a moment now to see the story on Michael Carter Williams. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 6 points a game last season. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
And he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Wilson's checked in. Now here is Dellavedova. Carter Williams covering. They set the pick. And there's the pass to Wilson. Feeds to Teletovic. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Maker to stop the drought. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
Carter Williams kicks to Williams. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. But they get it back. Zeller dishes to Carter Williams. Goes up again, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe. And clearly you can hear what the crowd thinks about that call.
Now Dellavedova. He had 13 points in the win against Portland.
Oh, and he also was a Badger on the defensive end, finishing with 3 steals on the night.
Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, I expect this first one to be a battle of wills, though. I mean, each side trying to gain the upper hand, not just for now, but for the rest of the series.
From about 16, bank shot, no good.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Teletovic from outside. Wilson the pass to Dellavedova. He dishes it to Teletovic. He kicks it to Maker. Teletovic with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Vaughn can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 12. To the wing right side. Here's Carter Williams. Carter Williams with another miss.
Everything he is throwing up has been off. He needs to find his groove, and soon.
And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Maker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Oh, and the rebound is spectacular as well. He was in attack mode all night. Oh, that's the goal every trip. Get the good look from close range.
Kid Gilchrist, a screen on Teletovic. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Carter Williams. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Nice. Able to keep his composure in the game's biggest moment. That's all about confidence, folks.
And so it's Charlotte enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
On the court for the Hornets, MKG and Williams are the forwards. Jeremy Lamb out there with Michael Carter Williams. And it's Zeller in at the center. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. And here is Carter Williams, following the three-pointer by Thon Maker.
Now, there's the high basketball IQ of Zeller. He knows he's going to get whacked, but he turns it into an and one. Well, Cody Zeller isn't looking to impress anyone with this play, but he is a solid contributor on the floor. I mean, he runs the floor well. He's very good around the rim. Great efficiency on the touches close in that he does get. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Monroe comes in for Maker, and Tony Snell subbed in for Mirza Teletovic.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And with Zeller, it is that efficiency with the ball that you really like about his game every season, Chris. He gets more and more comfortable helping carry the scoring load.
Well, Zeller does a good job of always having his hands ready and being in a position to score. He's great at finishing on those dump-off passes. He knows how to roll and finish strong.
Here's Zeller following the bucket by the Bucks. And Lamb kicks to Carter Williams. 14 feet away. Stolen away. Snell, the pass to Vaughn. Monroe, right side. Here's Vaughn, covered by Lamb. Clock at 4, and stolen by Zeller. Inside, here's Williams. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Wonderful concentration from the agile Williams. He's terrific at getting whatever shot he wants down low.
Dellavedova, the pass to Wilson. Now here is Dellavedova. Carter Williams covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Chris, you had to deal with different injuries during your playing career. Some guys get bit by the injury bug and some others avoid it their whole career. Do you think that staying healthy, Chris, is a skill, or is it just luck of the draw?
Man, that's a great question, Kevin. I really can't answer that when you look at a guy like Jordan and seeing him only hurt his ankle one time. Or,
right.
You know, I do think when you take care of your body and you prepare, that you can definitely stave off injuries. But at the same time, I think it's the luck of the draw. If you were a guy like myself and you're rebounding in the paint and there are a lot of feet under you, you're going to come down on someone's ankle and twist your ankle. We've seen a lot of non-physical injuries, a lot of injuries that just seem to happen out of nowhere. When you look at George's injury with the Olympics that time, or you look at a guy like Steph Curry with his ankle injuries that he had back in the day. So I really can't answer that. That's a great question. It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But I would just say this, no matter how hard you work, it takes a little bit of luck to be successful. I think we all would say that. So I would lean on more so the side of luck than necessarily being prepared and not having an injury.
Good answer. Now here's Walker. 17 points in his last outing. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Oh, Walker, very crafty, earning these shooting fouls.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 9 at the line.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately is really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke, right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Middleton. Good season for him last year. Came in about 14 points per, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Screen by Howard. Monk kicks to Walker. Passes it to Howard. Shoots over Monroe. No good from Howard. Bucks trail by 11. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Brogdon against Walker. There's a good screen. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Monroe sets a screen for Middleton. Offensive rebound. Back to Brogdon. This one for 3. Tries yet again. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Nicholas Batum. The Bucks shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
The first one falls. And so he hits both.
Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Now here's Walker. Bobbed up there for Howard. Stolen by Monroe. And here we go. Ball going up court. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And that one falls for Middleton. And with Middleton in his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Shots good by Walker.
Don't you love the passion Walker plays with? An incredible athlete who somehow muscles in tough shots.
Walker against Brogdon. Second chance shot. The Hornets pull it in.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And Walker kicks to Monk. Howard dishes to Kaminsky, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Looking now at some numbers for Dwight Howard. Great showing for him last season. 4th in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Screened by Parker, and Middleton kicks to Brogdon. Over Walker, and the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Brogdon.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, when you're at a size disadvantage, sometimes the mid-range is better than inside. You get a little more space. You don't allow the shot blocker to get up on you, and also you can use your handles and your quickness.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Well, Kaminsky, one of the rare four-year players taken in the lottery. He's had some struggles finding his offense in NBA consistency. He needs to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more consistent in the shot.
And with Frank Kaminsky out of Wisconsin, you knew his niche in the NBA would be as a stretch big man. Hard to be an impact player when you're struggling from outside, though.
Yeah, but Kaminsky is working on his defense. It's been a little tough for him to guard players inside. Players are still having his way with him, but he's shown that he's trying to get a lot better at protecting the rim.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. 5th is Dwight Howard.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And so it's Milwaukee with it. It's a 10-point game. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. And Monroe kicks to Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Now here's Walker. He has 6.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
The Bucks have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Knocked loose. Brogdon against Walker. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got 4 points this quarter.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Screen by Howard. Batum for 3. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 5 rebounds tonight. Got that one up quick. 7 points for Parker. Hornets leading by 6. Right side to Walker. Batum passes to Walker. Kaminsky kicks to Monk. Outside Batum. He got right to the cup using that screen. Batum's got 6 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Monroe with a screen on Walker. And that one's good, Brogdon.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Now here's Walker. From the arc. Good on the triple. He's got 9.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. To the inside. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Monroe.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Screen by Howard. Here's Walker. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more three-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that that's something I would definitely have fun and relished in. I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington, and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy 3, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that and you got a nice wet jump shot, it allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump faked a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
A shot by Middleton, wide open. No good on the 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Bucks trail by 10. Parker with a clean look. Kept alive to Ledovich. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Walker with it. He's got 12. Batum for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And guys, they look to set it up in the half court.
Well, that's when you got to rely more on your defense and try to get out in the open floor. Oftentimes, you can develop your rhythm offensively when you get easy baskets. And sometimes when you want something done
you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Well, Kevin, you know momentum is a fickle thing. Sometimes one simple boost in confidence can change the complexion of an entire game.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
A different look for Milwaukee. Vaughn's checked in for Chris Middleton, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Malcolm Brogdon. Charlotte leading by 9. And here is Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Lamb dishes to Zeller. Outside Williams. Over to Ledovich. Williams' shot is off. The Bucks shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Here's Vaughn, covered by Lamb. Parker kicks to Maker. Zeller with the double team. A 15-footer. Parker outside. Hands it from downtown. Parker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Now, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Carter Williams kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The dish to Zeller. Parker with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here is Dellavedova. Carter Williams covering. To Ledovich, the screen. Maker with a screen for Parker. And stolen by Zeller. Kicks it to Carter Williams. He feeds it to Lamb. Back to Carter Williams. Shoots the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Maker's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's just looked lost on offense, but luckily for him, his teammates have really stepped up in a big way. Wow, he's only going to hit that shot about 1 out of 10 times.
Here's Carter Williams. Outside Williams. Dishes it to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Dellavedova kicks to Parker. Over Zeller. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Lamb. Just 3 on the clock. That one doesn't drop.
Give him that shot again, he'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Chris, how did the team's offensive approach improve in that first half?
We didn't have any type of tempo going. We were real stagnant, standing around a lot. Once we got moving, pushing the ball more, we got what we wanted.
Hey, Chris, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. We saw Kemba Walker lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, in the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What a game. Here's Walker. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. And it's Snell in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Here's Walker. It's deflected. One-on-one here. Here's Parker. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Oh, man, come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Carter Williams, he's checked in for Kemba Walker.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. Well, there are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard, because you never know. You know, Kawhi is a nice guy, but you know, he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look. And I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career. But Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
Brogdon the pass to Monroe. Brogdon against Carter Williams. Howard with the steal. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Monk, no one around him. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. Here's Middleton. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And a big story for the Bucks team is that they are slated to play their last season here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And then starting in 2018, they'll be playing next door at what should be a beautiful complex.
Yeah, and it was part of the plan to keep the Bucks happy and playing here in Milwaukee. Goal is to have the venue act as a new centerpiece for the downtown district, and it seems like a fantastic place to build a state-of-the-art NBA arena.
And that one falls for Middleton. Middleton hits them both. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Well, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
The feed to Monroe. Pass to Brogdon. Middleton outside. 6 to shoot. The pass to Monroe. And it's sent back by Howard. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short arm that lane.
Middleton outside. Monroe with a screen on Carter Williams. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Kaminsky. Rebound, Milwaukee. Feeds it to Middleton. Fires the 3. The shot comes out, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And there's the call on Howard. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Wilson, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bucks trail by 7. Middleton dishes to Monroe. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Brogdon against Carter Williams. Kaminsky the pass to Carter Williams. Up and in on the layup. Carter Williams has got 6.
Look, Carter Williams is a fantastic feel for inside the paint. Defenders have a tough time dealing with his size.
Pass to Wilson. And Middleton kicks to Brogdon. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon to stop the drought. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Monk kicks to Carter Williams. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, that's where Carter Williams is at his best, elevating nicely on these physical finishes. Nice toughness.
Here's Monroe, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for him.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
There's the screen. And it's Carter Williams in the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Now Carter Williams. 8 points for him. Screened by Howard. Here's Monk. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Uncovered. Snell, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And it's Kaminsky, top of the key. There's the triple. Outside for Batum. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Passes it to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around. Howard misses.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim. He is really deadly from the perimeter. Even though he didn't make one in the first quarter, you still have to keep an eye on him.
Carter Williams dishes to Monk. He kicks to Kaminsky. Stolen by Wilson. In the pass to Wilson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, and he reads it all the way, has that slide court awareness you have to be mindful of.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
You're exactly right. Just has a nose for the ball, a sense of exactly where he needs to be.
Good D by Howard. Charlotte in the lead. You watch Batum play, and you can see how unselfish she is, Chris, as a player. Great passer, always gets solid assist numbers. But sometimes, just sometimes, you just want him to be a little bit more aggressive in looking for his own shot.
Well, Batum must have heard you, because last year he wasn't shy about letting it loose. He put the shots up, and he's improved the rate in which he gets to the free throw line where he's just lights out. With his first step and his length, you would think he could draw a ton of fouls when he's on the floor.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Brogdon. Here's Monroe. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Monroe's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee. And the Hornets call time here. Well, Greg, the Bucks can be a fearsome defense when things are clicking.
And the Bucks will do it with several approaches. I mean, great numbers in terms of steals and blocks. They force a lot of turnovers with their pressure and ball hawking skill. It's just a matter of when the offense can catch up to the defense.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Akers checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Tony Snell. Barnes checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Malcolm Brogdon. Okay, time now for an injury report. And let's get an update on Kemba Walker's injury. David, any news there?
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Charlotte's head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it looks like that injury is going to be a severely sprained ankle. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
Yeah, and given how hard he's worked, you know how frustrated he must be. Difficult blow to overcome for him and for his team.
First free throw is good.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
And Lamb kicks to Batum. Williams against Wilson. A dish now to Lamb. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 6 points.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Now here is Dellavedova. Kicks to Teletovic. Offline with his 3. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Batum dishes to Kid Gilchrist to the paint. Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And the size Williams has allows him to rise up for these type of dunks. A terrific athlete.
Pass to Vaughn. He feeds it to Maker. No good from outside. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
He had stolen by Lamb. Here's Batum. Here's Zeller. A rebound by the Bucks. Wilson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. Parker's checked in. So it's the Bucks now, trailing by 4. The 3, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists now in this one. Charlotte shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Here's Zeller, dishes it to Lamb. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Bucks.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Shot clock at 6. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Batum. And Parker with the block. Here's Vaughn, covered by Lamb. They get a hand on it and stolen by Zeller. Batum for 3. Charlotte getting another chance here. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And here's a look at some stats for Jabari Parker. Last year, getting it done. He put up about 20 points per game last season, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
That one is off.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
He hits the second from the line. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
There's the pick, and Lamb kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Got a piece of it. Lamb, good. And the Hornets lead by 2.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb can be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
Oh, they keep the ball out of the cylinder, but pick up a foul in the process. 2 shots at the line.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
For Milwaukee, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw good from Maker. And the Hornets team that, while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
Oh, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
That one is no good. Charlotte in the lead. Outside Williams. Bangs home the trifecta. Williams has got 7 points for the quarter.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Now the feed to Teletovic. To the inside. Here's Vaughn. Out of hand on it.
Now the length of Kid Gilchrist, that's what allows him to catch up with these shots. A sensational shot blocker from behind.
Lamb with the ball. Now the pass to Kid Gilchrist. And Zeller kicks to Lamb. Williams in the post, covered by Teletovic. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here is Dellavedova. Here's Maker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Parker against Kid Gilchrist. Here's Lamb. And it's the Hornets another 3.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
It's Parker outside, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Hornets on top. They're up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
Understand something. Keep talking on the defensive end. Stay the course.
Coach Jason Kidd, he's helped create an identity for this team, there's no doubt. Wants them to stay in character.
Yeah, and how they perform defensively, the effort they give on that end really is a big part of that.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Batum and Kidd-Gilchrist, the rangy wings. Zeller is out there with Marvin Williams, and it's Lamb in at the 5. Williams has a screen for Batum. Here's Lamb. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Shot on the wing. The offensive rebound. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Oh, man, come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Monks subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Steve Clifford went over with his guys during the break. He was pretty clear cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
Good work there as it goes. Monks got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets. Dellavedova kicks to Vaughn. They set the pick. It's Parker outside. Another miss by Parker. Hornets leading by 7. Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. David?
Well, guys, I had a minute to catch up with the Hornets' head athletic trainer. He told me it looks like he broke his toe, and that's why he's in so much pain. That's the end of his night, and he could be out for a while. Not the news you wanted to hear, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on it.
And a wide open look for Lamb. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Tony Snell comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And Middleton subbed in for Vaughn. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Charlotte. Dellavedova dishes to Parker. Back to Dellavedova. Screen by Parker. Dellavedova, the pass to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Feeds it to Snell. Pass to Dellavedova. Back to Snell. Takes the 3. Here's Maker at basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Power dishes to Williams. Goes up on the high post. No good there. Good D by Parker. Bucks trail by 9. Maker kicks to Parker. Williams with the block.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Pass to Kaminsky. Maker with the ball. Working on Howard. 3-pointer. Dellavedova sinks the triple.
Not trying to force anything inside. Ball gets kicked out for an open look.
Now here's Lamb. D right on him. Now Monk. Over Middleton. The shot's good from Monk. And the Hornets lead by 8.
And it takes a lot to shake Monk off his game. Even if you surround him, he just seems to find a way to score.
Middleton outside. Screened by Parker. Snell from outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Monroe's checked in for Milwaukee. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Lamb. Parker inside, working on Williams. Parker's shot is off. Hornets leading by 8. There's a screen by Williams. Batum passes to Kaminsky. Stolen by Brogdon. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. Screen by Monroe. Shot off the pick. Snell, no good.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of a GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Timeout called, the Bucks. You look at Marvin Williams, what a contribution.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
Stones checked in for Charlotte. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences, or he'll dismantle them. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look at it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
That's good from Howard.
Well, free throwing was never a strength of Howard's game.
Bucks trail by 12. Here's Brogdon. And Monroe kicks to Parker. That 3 off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Snell, that's good. Now here's Batum. Screen by Howard. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often, Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players.
That free throw good from Batum.
Well, that is because Batum is one of the most versatile players in the league. His ability to score from any spot, pass, rebound, and defend, that's what makes him so unique and important.
Brogdon kicks to Parker. Over Kaminsky. Offensive rebound. Monroe. It's stolen by Monk. Here's Stone. He's guarded by Brogdon. There's the dish to Stone. He kicks to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around. Kaminsky sets the pick for Monk. Pass to Batum. Kaminsky in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Bucks trail by 13. Parker passes to Brogdon. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. Back to Parker. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Here's Stone. He dishes it to Monk. Screen by Howard. Monk kicks to Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Middleton outside. Inside. Here's Monroe. It's not going to go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Here's Monk. And it's Kaminsky at the elbow. Kicks it to Stone. Howard with a screen on Brogdon. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Screen by Parker. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Hornets. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Clock at 6. Parker sets the screen for Middleton. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Monroe's shot is good.
He's been blazing hot to begin this half after looking utterly lost during the first. Nice turnaround.
Screen by Howard. Howard with a screen on Middleton. Monk kicks to Howard. Parker with the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Parker's running. Middleton for 3, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And that's 12 points for Chris Middleton. Dishes to Kaminsky. Out to the right wing. From the corner. The rebound by Brogdon.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Charlotte leading by 9. Monk dishes to Batum. To the left wing. Kaminsky in the corner. Fires from deep. That's his 6th field goal today. And that makes him now 6 for 11.
Most effective when he gets his feet set. Kaminsky can be lethal on the catch and shoot.
Brogdon kicks to Monroe. Fires from the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Monk. From outside, off the mark. Bucks trail by 12. It's stolen by Monk. And Kaminsky with a clear path to the hoop. Good on the shot. Kaminsky's got 11 in the second half.
He's announcing his presence. Kaminsky was a prolific scorer in college. We're seeing it here tonight.
Inside, Batum with the steal. In the corner, it's Monk. A three-pointer off the mark.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It could be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
Brogdon with it. Screen by Monroe. 5 to shoot. Parker outside. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 4 assists now tonight.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Here's Monk. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
That free throw, no good. Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. And he's good on the second.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
And he nails the third. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Charlotte.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Dwight Howard.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
For 3, Brogdon.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
It's effort, it's ability. He also has incredible instincts.
Batum passes to Graham. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Michael, the key to this game for the team tonight?
It was just a team effort. You know, we moved the ball on defense. We were trying to help everybody out and be in the right spots all the time, and we were able to come up with the win.
Part of a rebuilding team here, Michael. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.